Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube video. I have some sad news. North Korea has threatened to walk a missile towards the United States, and Trump had said if they continue to threaten us, they will be like in war with us, and they will be taken down. So I want you guys to take a look at this video. So right now, this is ridiculous. Take a look at this video right here. Possibility that we might be going to war with North Korea if they keep threatening us, because they threaten to watch like a missile at us like a lot of times. So let's take a look at all these videos right here. Chat.
Alarming to hear that kind of rhetoric coming from the mouth of a US president, isn't it? Where are we here, Emily?
Well, Kev, before Trump made that statement, the Washington Post actually published an article claiming that they've got their hands on this report, latest U.S. defense report. And in this report, it claims that the North Korea has developed a nuclear warhead small enough to fit inside a missile. And besides that, it also put a nuclear arsenal at 60 nuclear weapons, which is a lot more than previously thought. Now, this Washington Post article, it didn't present any sort of evidence to show that the reporters in Washington Post got their hands on this document. But despite that, it's been picked up by the American mainstream media. It's been widely reported. But besides this Washington Post report, well, things really got to a boiling point on Tuesday when the U.S. flew two B-1B bombers over Guam with its allies in Japan and South Korea. And it's because it's after this drill that North Korea has issued a statement saying that they are considering to strike a U.S. base in Guam. Now, bear in mind that it's true. Throughout this year, North Korea has conducted numerous missile tests and it has angered the international community. But at the same time, while North Korea is flexing its military muscles, the U.S. has also significantly stepped up its military presence in the region. We're talking about sending in air carriers, conducting regular drills, sending in troops, and also fight.
So what they're talking about here, guys, is North Korea is going to hit a United States Army base. They're going to try to strike even Los Angeles, Boston, Denver, Washington D.C. or Boston. So they're either gonna hit one of them bases. But continue watching the video. But I tell you guys, if they does this, it says right here, Trump threatens to North Korea with fire and fury like the world has never seen. So if they do this, they don't. That's all I have to say. But I'm not worried about nothing. But that's kind of scary right now. But I know the cuss guy was hit me about all that crap. But yeah, I don't like hearing it and stuff like that. So it's kind of scary. But I know I'm gonna be protected. But like I said, I'm not worried about it. But continue watching the video, guys. Sad story. God, North Korea need to stop though. They do, but currently they're not, because they make one more direct to us. It's on. So yeah, God.
To jets, and so that's that. And in terms of rhetoric, President Donald Trump, well, he's long been adopted an aggressive attitude towards North Korea, and some would even call it provocative. Take a listen to what he has been saying about North Korea in the past.
The era of strategic patience with the North Korean regime has failed. Many years, and it's failed.
The United States is prepared to use the full range of our capabilities to defend ourselves and our allies. One of our capabilities lies with our considerable military forces.
Every military expert says there is no good military option.
See, guys, I thought this was going to happen in 2018, but I guess it's going to happen in 2017. We're going to have a war in 2017. I thought it was going to happen in 2018, but I guess not. It's going to happen in 2017. So, yeah. Just being aware, guys. I hope all you guys be protected and safe. Those of you that are in California, oh, God, I don't know what to say about you, but I just hope all you guys be safe and all that. If it does happen, just being aware and let God be with you. So, yeah, guys. Just being prepared for all that stuff. So, yeah.
Wrong. There is a military option to destroy North Korea's program and North Korea itself.
There's a chance that we could end up having a major conflict with North Korea. Absolutely.
Now, tensions on the Korean Peninsula really is higher than ever, and it's gone far beyond just a war for it. China and Russia have been calling for all sides to calm down and seek a political solution to this crisis unfolding there. And meanwhile, Australia and New Zealand also weighed in on what they thought about Trump's latest statement. Take a listen.
Look, I think the comments are not helpful in an environment that's very tense. Everyone wants to avoid military confrontation.
The global community, led by the Security Council, including China and Russia, are all united in seeking to bring the maximum economic pressure on North Korea to bring them to their senses without conflict.
Now, I have to wait and see whether or not Trump will take their advice, but certainly this situation in North Korea has got a lot of people worried in the international community. Kevin?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'll keep following that. Keep us posted this afternoon. Yeah, thanks, Emily. So as tempers rise and patience wears thin, here's some expert reaction we've been hearing on where it may go then.
What this can't be is an ego fight. And right now, what it felt like was a fight between Trump on one side and Kim on the other, and to see who can make more outlandish statements. And the fear is that if somebody flinches, if somebody screws up, there could be hundreds of thousands of dead people here. This is a very real fight. This is shockingly dangerous. And the last thing we need to do is stand down and start bumping chests and talk about who's the bigger man.
I think the North Koreans have put forth, look, we will stop our missile tests if you stop your war games. We've been doing war games on that peninsula for 50 or 60 years from now. So what good does it to walk away from that entry point into negotiations, other than the fact that the United States simply does not want to really enter into negotiations? I think that's been the roadmap for the way the United States has conducted itself with adversaries throughout the last half century. With North Korea, it seems as if we are expecting them to put up so much first without the United States putting up anything. In this case, pulling back the war games is not a big concession because we can always just restart the war games.
So guys, you have seen the video. What's going to happen to the United States soon, or what's going to happen to North Korea soon.
Right, moving on now.
So if North Korea won't stop like threatening us, they're gonna see some fire and fury, because Trump is not playing when he said this. So I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't. Most likely they are going to hit the U.S. base and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys one more video, and then we're gonna end it. Then that game videos.
And just moments ago, senior White House advisor Kellyanne Conway and Secretary of Health and Human Services Tom Price briefing reporters on the administration's battle plans for the growing opioid crisis, as well as addressing the North Korea threat. This after a troubling new development. North Korea has successfully miniaturized a nuclear warhead. This is according to the Washington Post. That's much faster than estimated, that timeline. North Korea potentially has 60 bombs in its arsenal. The Dow did tick downward upon that news. We're watching for the open tomorrow as the markets digest this news that North Korea has the capacity to build miniaturized nuclear warheads that could fit inside its missiles. Now, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is in Asia pressing for a unified front and more help from the region in dealing with this growing crisis, as the Trump administration just won a unanimous 15-0 vote at the UN in favor of the most punishing sanctions yet in North Korea, banning any country from buying a third of North Korea's exports. Notably, China and Russia also approved the tough new sanctions. Ambassador John Bolton joining me now. Ambassador, good to see you.
Glad to be with you.
How big of a threat is North Korea now?
It's an enormous threat, and I think history will record that if this information about their miniaturization success is accurate, it will be viewed as a very grim day in American history. I don't think it's surprising. The only people who are surprised are the same people who for 25 years in this country have said, let's negotiate with North Korea, apply a little pressure, carrots and sticks, we can change their behavior. The North Korean regime has been devoted for 25 years or more to getting deliverable nuclear weapons, and they are very close today, very close.
Yeah, your point is well taken that it's been the policy of strategic patience with presidents prior, basically kicking the can down the road. And you said this, the president is inheriting a situation where there's not much road left. So what do you think of the president?
So guys, here North Korea is like very close for locking the missile towards the United States. But like I said, Trump is not gonna let that happen because if they make one more threat towards us, they gone. So they might want to like back off, stuff like that. So yep, but like I said, I'm not worried about this crap because North Korea ain't nothing but a punk. They're gonna lose anyways. If they even dare start a war with us, they will lose this war. So let's let them know that they will lose this war if they start. So Trump already been warned them, but if they go ahead and make another threat, it's on. Game on. So yep. I want you guys to comment down below and see how you feel about this, American war towards North Korea. I want you guys to comment down below how you feel down here with this American war towards North Korea. Because like I said, they can hit Los Angeles, Boston, Denver, New York, and Washington, D.C. Most likely, like I said, it's going to hit the bases and stuff like that, but it's a mystery if they'll come to the United States. We're going to shoot it down right away. The Army base is just going to shoot it down right away. So they ain't going to even get a chance to probably touch us. So yeah, let's continue watching the video and yeah.
Warning now that any further threats will be met with both fire and fury.
Well, I think he's giving North Korea and China and Russia and everybody else a very clear signal that the military option is not just on that table that everybody talks about all the time, but it's serious, at least.
I really pray to God China is not helping them. I really pray to God China is not helping them. If there is, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Really don't. So yeah, like I said, I might be going to Canada. So yeah, I might be going to Canada. Seriously.
I hope that's what he's saying. I don't think there are many diplomatic options left here. It's certainly true that if they are to have any viability at all, the merger of the two Koreas, which I've favored, I think it's only going to come when people see that the only other option is the use of force. Just to remind people, when General Colin Powell stepped down as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff during the Clinton administration, he was a private citizen. He'd go around the country giving speeches, and he liked to say when people asked him, well, what happens if North Korea uses chemical weapons against South Korea, General Powell would say, we will turn North Korea into a charcoal briquette.
Well,
so
I hear what you're saying, but I don't know if the U.S. voters out there, they're kind of scared when they hear this kind of rhetoric. I know you've heard that too. Now the focus...
Ask the U.S. voters this. Ask the U.S. voters this. How do you feel about you and your children living from now as far as the eye can see under the threat of nuclear attack by the likes of the Kim Jong-un regime? How does that suit?
Yeah, I hear you. China. I know what you're saying. China's foreign minister also has called Kim Jong-un bellicose, blaming Kim Jong-un for escalating this crisis to this point.
U.S. presidents have made threats, but never quite as bluntly as this.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
This from the man who alone holds the nuclear codes capable of launching one of the largest nuclear arsenals in the world.
Oh my God.
North Korea is making threats of its own.
The KPA Strategic Force is carefully examining the operational plans for making an enveloping fire at the areas around Guam with medium to long-range strategic ballistic rocket Hwasong-12. This is to contain the major U.S. military bases on Guam, including the Anderson Air Force Base, from which the U.S. strategic bombers, which irritate the DPRK and threaten and blackmail it through their frequent visits to the sky above South Korea.
The U.S. Air Force says 2 of its B-1B bombers took off from Guam on Tuesday and joined Japanese and South Korean fighter jets